So, your song, you said June's Diary, just to play off words, when June comes, it dates the month of June. Like, what is that song about? Where did it really come from? Like, was it?
So, the first time that I can really say I was in love and really knew or began to know what that meant, I was dating someone and we met in June.
Right.
Just so happened her birthday in June.
Wow.
And we broke up in June.
Right.
So June was just
popping for you.
Yeah. I don't want to say if it was lucky or unlucky because I wouldn't have met her, if she wasn't born in June. You know what I mean? So it was just a very poetic type song for me. It was a hard relationship to end and it was very significant for me. So I made sure that the song was just as significant with putting the dates into the significant things that happened within our relationship.
That makes a lot of sense, and it's a blessing when you can correlate everything going on in your life with your music.
Right.
And it's like you're not lying.
Right.
Really happened to her birthday.
Yeah, those were facts.
Like, do you have? We'll get into that. Pause. We'll get into that in a minute. So we're gonna flip it a little bit. I'm getting to your personal life. I'm getting to your business.
Let's do it.
Are you gay? I don't really know. Like what? I don't know.
God, no. Oh my God, no, not me. I'm very, very gay. Very gay. I'm probably as gay as you gonna get.
Okay,
at this
at least
point.
you're honest.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm me.
Because people want to know your sexuality. They want to know your life, so they can feel like you're not out here living this lie. You know what I'm saying? You act like this in public, but in private, you're a whole other person. I know personally.
Right.
But I was just for the people to understand that. So you're all for that community, and your lifestyle is it is what it is.
Yeah, now you know what's crazy though? I have to, since we being transparent, I'm going to be honest. I did not package myself as a gay artist when I first came out.
So how did you package yourself?
I didn't. That's why I didn't put gender specifics or anything like that because I didn't want to be boxed. I didn't want to go straight for the support of the gay community and can't get out of that box. You know what I'm saying? Once you put me in there, there's no climbing out. So everything would have had to be LGBT this and LGBT that. And exactly. So I just wanted to be looked at as an artist. So when you listen to me with no pictures, that's why after this one, you won't find a picture of myself on any more of my projects.
That's deep.
Because I want you to focus on what you're hearing and not what you're seeing. Yeah. Fall in love with me with your heart, not necessarily your eyes. Because once you listen and you love me, what I look like won't matter.
Yeah. And it's interesting to me because sex sells, right? And a lot of people now that you see on TV and all these blogs and the internet, it looks like this, it looks like that. Mm-hmm. And you're saying that you're not saying that you're not attractive or whatever, but looks don't bother for you. It's more of what you feel versus what you see. And I think if the world was like that, it'd be a much different situation.
Absolutely.
So what age did you were fully like, you know what? I'm not dealing with men no more. I'm done.
I was probably in high school when I kind of made the decision to come out, which actually the decision was made for me. Somebody else outed me with me trying to go to them in secret and confide. Felt like they knew they could understand what I was going through, and they used that as an opportunity to let everybody in school know. So it was tough for me. The people who I thought was gonna be by my side the most were the first ones to turn their backs on me. Some of them turned back around and realized what they had done. Others, I let them go. Right. That's when I got thick skin. I got hard. I didn't really care about a whole bunch at that time because I felt like, I'm going through something.
Definitely.
And I needed you guys to be there. So when you walk away, you let me know you didn't need to be in my life in the first place.
That's right.
So I completely stopped seeing men like in high school. But I knew at an early age, I was like 5, when I knew something was kind of off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking at boys the way that I should be looking at boys.
This don't feel right.
The friends, my female friends, I cared more about them and their feelings and providing for them than I did anything else. So I knew, but I tried to fight it as much as I could because I'm like, no, this ain't right. This ain't what I'm supposed to be because that ain't what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Until I got to the point where I was like, you know what? This is me. And if I'm going to be the one to be different, then it just shit. Hell yeah, that's what it is. And it'll just be one of me.
So do you think, I mean, not to compare you, but you know, rappers like Young M.A. and singers like Lil Nas, whatever you want to call them, they're big embracing their gayness. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like it's going to be more difficult for you to navigate because you're this way, or do you feel like your music is at a point to where people can just hear you and say, "Oh, I don't care what she look like"?
Right. Well, you know,
because image is pushed a lot.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm asking. Like, how do you feel?
That's not now. Image has always been pushed like that.
Right.
I was on a label who were ran by homosexual people who still didn't get me wanting to continue to be myself, me not wanting to change my image. And we had the opportunity to be the pioneers at that time, to be the first of something.
Right.
Instead of now, we're looking like we're following a trend when we were setting it at one point. You understand what I'm saying? Before Jesse Smollett, before Young M.A., before Lil Nas X, there was me who wanted to come out and be that way.
Right.
And it was kind of shunned upon. And it wasn't just my label, it was the people that they were talking to. And he wanted to win so bad that he was like, okay, listen, if you do this and do this and do that, then we can do it. And I wasn't willing. If I can't recognize who's looking back at me when I look in the mirror, then I can't do it.
And I feel like, as for men, and it's just history has shown that it's different for them to be gay or be in that community and produce music as easy as it is for women. Now, the more like A&Rs and higher ups, they got their own thing going on, you know, whatever, however they're feeling. But for example, like the Brat, she's like, this is what it is. This is how I'm rocking. I'm not wearing the tight clothes. Missy Elliott.
Right.
All these women that are like, this is what you're going to get. Young M.A., you know, people have their own little style or whatever. You're like, they might be gay, but I don't know.
Right.
Now, on the other end, you got men like, not Kid Cudi. It was another guy. I can't think of his name.
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean. He did a tornado blew around and everybody was like, man, that's Jimmy. Then he was like, but I'm gay. And everybody was like, hold on.
Right.
Are you saying it to me?
But see, and that's the thing about music. Music has a sign that says, insert yourself here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So whatever you're relating to, I remember singing a song as a kid. And if it was a male singing the song, every time he said she or her, I wouldn't sing that part of the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's no different.
Right.
Regardless of whether you say it or not.
Right.
Put yourself in it. He ain't talking to you.
Definitely
that
not.
Man don't even know you.
Right.
So how do you take that personal when you have no personal attachment to that person?
And it's sad because your preference is whatever your preference is, but the industry and a lot of listeners and people judge based off of that. So like for the woman, it's like, oh well, whatever. But for the man, it's like, oh wait a minute, we're not supporting that. So it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying, with you being this type of artist. So, are you like single, in a relationship, dating? Like, what's going on?
I am.
With all that being said,
I'm newly single. I haven't embraced that as of yet. So right now I'm healing. So I'm not dating. I'm healing. I'm trying to be in a relationship with me, better myself, correct the mistakes that I made in that relationship, and just become a better me and enjoy my company right now.
There you go. Definitely live your life. So have you ever cheated or like, you know, did anything that you regret that messed up the relationship, or have you always been solid? Temper problems?
Oh, to temper, definitely. You hit that shit.
I know I did.
But I have never cheated. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. I used to, and see, that's something I had to learn way back when my first relationship, you know, back when we had MySpace and stuff like that. I used to love flirting online because I knew I didn't have to make good on any of that stuff.
Exactly.
I was just hollering at, whatever. And so when I was dating at the time, kind of brought that to my attention. Like, that's just as bad as cheating.
It's worse.
You start getting emotionally attached to people. So I've never physically cheated on anybody, but I can say that I have probably mentally stepped out or just had took shit a little too far, basically.
Right, you push it.
Yeah. I took things a little too far at times. I used to think cheating was a deal breaker for me because I had never knowingly been cheated on until my last relationship. And she cheated on me, and it wasn't quite the deal breaker that I thought it would be.
Wow.
And it was hard to get over, but I wanted the relationship so bad that I'm like, you know what? If it doesn't happen again, I'm cool. We can act like that never happened. But it wasn't as much of a deal breaker as I thought it was. But it probably would have been for somebody else. But in that particular relationship, it wasn't.
That's good.